What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Hump Day Wednesday afternoon, everybody. NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm going to talk about this recent mock trade that was made by NetsWire that was involving Brooklyn Nets restricted free agent Cam Johnson and Cleveland Cavaliers guard Darius Garland. Now, obviously, we're in the NBA offseason. Well, we're still in the NBA season right now. You know, you got the Denver Nuggets that are in the NBA Finals after winning the Western Conference in a sweep, and then you got Boston Celtics and Miami Heat going to a Game 5 later on this week. In terms of the Brooklyn Nets, James Piercey of NBA Analyst Network talked about the Nets looking at acquiring star-level players. And he threw out there a player who is young enough, 23 years old, who could potentially fit the bill. And that, of course, is Cleveland Cavaliers guard Darius Garland. And in this mock trade, this is a lot too. We talked about this last night on the Heart of the City. They would have the Brooklyn Nets receiving Darius Garland from the Cleveland Cavaliers, but they would have the Nets giving up restricted free agent Cam Johnson, so obviously it'd be a sign and trade, Royce O'Neal, a 2025 first-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, 2025 pick is from Phoenix to Brooklyn, 2027 first-round pick is Phoenix to Brooklyn, and 2029 first-round pick would be Dallas via Brooklyn, obviously that being the trade that was involving Kyrie Irving. To me, I like Darius Garland a lot. That's a lot to give up for somebody like Darius Garland. 3 first-round picks, Royce O'Neal, and Cam Johnson. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable making that trade. If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable making a trade like that. That is a lot of draft capital. That is a lot of young players. That has a lot of draft capital and a good young player given up for somebody like Darius Garland. They go on further on this one. Darius Garland would be an upgrade over current starting guard Spencer Dinwiddie. But this would be a conversation over whether Garland is worth 2 potential starters and 3 first-round picks. Garland has been a game changer for the Cavaliers, but he's not a superstar in the NBA yet, so it's hard to see him being able to make up for the value that Brooklyn would be giving up in order to bring him to Brooklyn. If Garland could be had for O'Neal and a first-round pick, that I would actually do. That would the Nets gave up for the first-round pick to get Royce O'Neal. That would be a fair deal for both sides. Ultimately, if we're going by what is more likely, Brooklyn is more likely to have more value in keeping 2 starting caliber players and 3 first-round picks rather than acquire a fringe all-star caliber player. And they say no to this trade. This is from YahooSports. Honestly, do I think Darius Garland is a fringe all-star player? No. He scored 22 points per game last year. He averaged about 7 assists, and he emerged as one of the best young point guards in the NBA. He's only 23 years old, and he's a developing player. But if I'm the Nets, would I give up the type of draft capital and young player like Cam Johnson in the trade for this? No, I would not. No way would I give up the type of players and assets that the Cleveland Cavaliers would be looking for in order to acquire somebody like Darius Garland. That's just way too much. To me, I would pretty much veto this trade. If it's only Royce O'Neal and a first-round pick, then yes, I would absolutely go through with this trade. But if you're going to be giving up the type of draft capital that the Cleveland Cavaliers might be looking for a Darius Garland, no, I wouldn't do it. To me, that's just overkill. To me, that's giving up way too much. To me, that's just, it would be counterproductive to do this type of move if I'm the Brooklyn Nets. I would decline the trade if I'm the Nets. To me, that's just way too much. Way too much. I mean, 3 first-round picks that you just literally acquired from the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks in order to get Darius Garland. I like Garland. I think he's a young emerging player in the NBA. Like I mentioned, only 23 years old. But at the same time, I'm not going to detonate my entire draft class just to bring in a young player like Darius Garland. No way am I doing that. To me, that's just counterproductive. That's not really smart. And that's not really smart GMing by Sean Marks. But as we all know, and there's a lot of rumors going out there that the Nets are going to be looking to trade one or both of their first-round picks. They have picks numbers 21 and 22 in the NBA draft this year. And there are rumors going out there the Nets are looking to potentially trade one or both of their draft picks this offseason. The question is it going to be the right trade out there to make this trade for Darius Garland or another top-level player in the NBA? Or are the Nets going to end up sticking with what they have right now on the roster and decide to decline or veto a potential trade for a superstar and see if they can build through the draft going into the season? I mean, obviously we know Nets general manager Sean Marks is going to be on the hot seat this year, whether anybody believes it or not. Marks is going into the season where he's going to have to try to win with this Brooklyn Nets roster. They cannot go into another season and expect to underperform from where they were before. The Nets have to win this year. Have to win in the 2023-2024 season because of everything that happened last year and everything that Sean Marks did. This whole entire situation is on Marks. So this is going to be up to the Nets to go out there and really try to step their game up going into this next season. Will we see any type of big impact moves by Brooklyn? We'll have to wait and see. But either way, this is definitely something to monitor going into the offseason. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about this mock trade that was made with the Brooklyn Nets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if you think that's too much, the Nets will be giving up. And as always, hit that like button if you haven't already and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news updates and chatter surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And turn on that bell for notifications on the next video or short that we'll be dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. Take it easy and let's go Brooklyn Nets. As always, it's a Nets world, and we're all just living in it.